Hey, hey, you ready to go? We're going somewhere. What what's up with the hat? Oh yeah. What is up, everyone? It's me, Mark the Monster. Thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling and combat sports podcast, and we do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. Don't let your friends use it either, all right? Yeah, what were you saying? Dude, okay, so I guess we're live. I get it. What's up with the hat? This is my hat for Cinco de Mayo round 2 at Don Tequila's in Elyria. Uh, so you think you need to wear a sombrero for that? I don't know if that's like required. It may not be required, but it's gonna help me have a great time. Our boy Freddie from Fat Ink, Ohio, he's gonna put on one heck of a show, and that is this Saturday, July 12th. You know what else is this Saturday? There's a lot this Saturday. We have AEW All In. We have Saturday night's main event on Cinco de Mayo, round 2 at Don Tequila's in Elyria. What did I miss? You missed Mega Championship Wrestling is gonna be in Elyria also.
Oh, word. Oh.
There's a lot of stuff going on. They are gonna have wrestlers from all over the area, not just mega wrestlers, RCW guys. They're Ricky Shane Page, and some people from his promotion will be there. I think he's still injured though. I don't think he's gonna be wrestling. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff this weekend. What are you gonna do? I mean,
I would say this.
give me that coffee.
I'll say get your.
Jason Matthews, what's up?
I said you definitely would need Saturday main event. You definitely would need that. You definitely.
Hold on, everything happening this Saturday. You're saying WWE Saturday night's main event is the definite?
No. I'm just saying what all things going on. Wait. You're taking it the wrong way. I'm just saying. I'm not putting it in any order. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you were putting this in order.
No. I'm just saying.
And
since there's a lot of stuff going on,
we was about to have a conversation.
No. Let me just phrase it. Not in any particular order. I'm just saying. Since there's a lot of stuff going on Saturday,
you almost got him worked up.
I know I did.
Did you see? There's been a post floating around about all the great wrestling this week, and the person only mentioned WWE events.
Who that be?
I don't even know who it was, man. It may have been, I don't know. Probably JD from New York or something. I don't know who it was, but all they mentioned was WWE stuff. Dirt Sheet Radio shared it. Curbs, he shared it.
Yeah. I'm just saying in general. You gotta put that in there with everything going on this weekend, on especially Saturday. Then if you feel the urge to go to Don Tequila to get you something to eat before the show starts or in the middle, go ahead. Order to go. Eat out.
Yeah, man. Boy Freddie's gonna have a limited menu, gonna have tons of stuff going on outside. People gonna be playing cornhole. Who knows what else? He's got all kinds of festivities planned. Mark and I will probably make an appearance.
Ooh, I could go to down. They got tacos. They got quesadilla. I could probably make it there. Yeah, I'd be hungry. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll be there.
Joe, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If you had to pick just one match from this watch, now I'm not going to say just one match from All In. I'm saying just one match. Good. Bust Open Radio, Bubba Ray Dudley asked Dave LaGreca one match from All In. And Dave LaGreca said Hangman Moxley. Bubba said Tony Storm Mercedes.
Okay. So if I had to pick one match from All In or
One match from All In. You can only watch one. What is the one match you have to see?
I'll say this. There was all the hype about Hangman and Mox.
Yeah.
But after last week, Wednesday, I want to know the outcome of the Bucks and Swerve and Ospreay. Like, who is going to take control? And they're going to do for a year of not having to fight for the title or take control. That got my attention more.
So I get it. We'll get into that on Wednesday's show. We'll dig into that a little bit. Because that is like high stakes, right? For me, like my must see of All In, I agree with Dave LaGreca. It's Mox and Hangman.
Mm-hmm.
I do think you make a good point about that tag match, though. But if you were looking at, so we throw WWE's card in there.
Okay.
Is there anything? Is there anything that WWE has to offer this week that is on par with what AEW is bringing to? I mean, WWE specifically counter-programmed AEW's All In to the point that AEW made their show earlier. So then WWE put an NXT show on in the afternoon. Like, they're clearly, like, trying to steal eyeballs from AEW. And this is just my opinion. You can give me yours.
Okay.
I personally don't think WWE counter-programming AEW works to WWE's favor, at least this time around. You know, maybe in the past it has, maybe in the future it will. But for me, I can miss every WWE show this week in exchange for All In.
Okay. I would say I don't think they countered it. It all depends on who.
NXT is on at the exact same time.
Well, I'm just saying it all depends on who bought the arena out first to have it planned for that day. Because you got to go like good 60
All
days.
In was booked a year ago.
Oh, booked a year ago? Oh.
Yep. And they were initially going to go to like the same area for WWE. And then they changed where it was going to be at. But they did the time, and then AEW then moved it to the afternoon.
Okay. Didn't I know that?
Yeah. I don't think from a content of what the programming is in WWE it compares. But I also got this bit of information for you. Ticket sales.
Oh.
As of today, earlier today anyway, All In's ticket sales were more than all three of WWE shows this weekend combined. So they had more tickets sold for AEW All In than WWE had sold for NXT's. They're doing Great American Bash, right? That's what the NXT show is this weekend.
Yeah,
right?
Bash.
And Saturday night's main event, which contains Goldberg's last match. We'll talk about Goldberg in a minute. And for Evolution 2, which seems to be a premium live event that no one cares about.
I wouldn't count Evolution in that.
It's a premium live event. If it was doing well, they would be making sure to remind us that that is the fact. But it's not doing well, so they're not talking about it.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Number one rule in business: you talk about what's doing good, you ignore what's not. And Evolution 2 is not doing good, and AEW's one event is outselling 3 WWE events, which I think is a sign WWE should just do their thing. Choke Dealer, join us live on Instagram. But I think it's great that there's a lot of wrestling going on. I just think it sucks to try to steal eyeballs, because why make fans choose? Let us just enjoy everything. I just want to watch it all. I'm not picking one or the other. Don't put me in a position where I feel like I'm supposed to, because I don't want to. I want to watch all of it. I want to somehow be able to watch All In. The NXT show I'm not that invested in, but I would love to be able to watch All In, NXT, Saturday night's main event, be at the Mega Show, be at do all of it. Give me all the rest.
Ooh, dang, that's a lot. But All In starts at 2:30, right? 2:30.
3 p.m.
Kickoff.
3 p.m. East Coast, I think.
I thought. Oh, it started at 2:30. I thought. Oh, NXT 2:30. That's it.
NXT is 2:30. So, like right there, look at that. NXT is 2:30. All In is 3. A lot of demand. There's a lot of stuff going on. All In. I feel like I really need to see All In live.
That's why I said if you had to pick, it would definitely be between Saturday main event and All In. If you wanted to watch anything this weekend, it'd be definitely them two, just them two. Now, if you want to go to house shows wrestling, go ahead. I ain't gonna say no to it, but if you want to watch them, it'd definitely be them two this Saturday night. Well, Saturday, the whole Saturday, basically. Yeah.
Speaking of going to some wrestling events, I have some breaking news for you, Joe. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Ready?
I'm Triple Dog ready. Go ahead.
Okay. Are you familiar with the Cosm Theater in Dallas?
Yeah, that's not a bad
They're
idea.
showing some WWE events there. Big giant screen, really immersive experience.
Yeah,
They do football, every sporting event.
yeah. That's a good stadium. I ain't gonna lie.
Really cool, right? It's like a really cool thing. And every time I see it, man, this is dope, right?
Yeah.
I got some news for you, Joe.
Oh God.
Are you ready?
Go ahead. UFC? Okay.
NBA, NASCAR.
Okay.
Cosm is coming to Cleveland. Yeah,
Oh,
it's coming to Cleveland. Right there, Cosm, Cleveland.
so that's what they building by the airport, Brooklyn.
I can give you the location. They sent me. Hold on, I'll tell you where it's going to be.
That's the one they building by Brooklyn
So
Airport.
this is the official announcement that I got from them. So we're proud to announce our 5th venue will anchor Rock Block, Bedrock, and Rock Entertainment Group's dynamic new development in the heart of downtown Cleveland, right on the intersection of East 4th and Prospect and Huron Road. So they're going right downtown.
Oh shit. Ooh.
Any luck? The not too distant future, we'll be covering pro wrestling and combat sports from Cosm. We've already reached out to them, been in conversation. It's coming. Cosm is coming to Cleveland.
I guess I gotta put my collection on hold for a minute now. Yeah.
There were rumors about 2-3 months ago that it could be a possibility. It was announced today. It's happening. That place is gonna be dope.
I'm just saying this, y'all. I'm just gonna get out the right now. Whenever they say it's officially built in there, wherever.
You have so much time. You don't believe in things being built?
I'm just saying, built. I'm just saying, if it get built, set up, opening date. I don't want to hear nobody be mad at me while my child ain't got no Christmas or birthday present. Okay, just throwing it out there. Okay, just throwing it out there. Okay.
Dude, like
That's gonna be some money right there now. Shit.
You know me, I'm not one for like big things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to experience a wrestling event at Cosmo. It looks so incredible.
And you know what? And if I'm right,
And I'm going to be honest.
okay, go ahead.
If WWE was in Cleveland at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse for Raw, SmackDown, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and Cosm was going to be showing me the exact same event, I'm going to go to Cosm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to Cosm. Because the seating at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse is so terrible for a guy my size. I'm too big, man. I'm too big to be back.
It just depends on which location you get at.
Nah, man, I've been all over that. I've been all over that arena, and you know, I don't like floor seats in a stadium that size. I don't like the setup. I get really annoyed people standing up in front of my wife because she little. Your sister's short. I don't know what to tell you. You got the tall jeans. She's short. Man, I don't care for floor seats. I like being elevated, looking down in, especially for pro wrestling and MMA is a whole different thing. MMA is a bad live show. Just putting that out there. But I like to be a little elevated, looking about level with the ring ropes, or slightly down into it. So I like to be up a little, looking down in. I don't like to be in the chair. Like I don't like that. It's not comfortable for me. It's too big. Too big.
Yeah. Them chairs.
Yeah,
What they move is the bottom.
kills me. My body's too beat up. Man, Cosm, the way that place is set up. I'm excited for that to be coming to Cleveland.
I would definitely go. I ain't gonna lie. I would go.
I wish it was going to the Brook Park area though. A little closer. I'm not too thrilled about going downtown.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't want to go downtown, all you gotta do is go to Brook Park, get on the RTA. It'll take you right there to Tower City. Might be like good 10-minute, 15-minute ride, but yeah, get right there. RTA.
Dude, how long we known each other?
I'm just throwing it out there. Just give me
You know I'm not taking public transportation. You know I'm not taking public transportation somewhere.
I know, but I'm just giving you like a great suggestion. You don't want to drive all the way to Cleveland, get stuck in traffic on the way back. RTA. Or
I just leave early. To get there.
Or better yet, train also at 117 by Target. You get right there too on train go.
I'd rather pay to park. I'd rather have my vehicle.
Okay.
Joe.
Yeah.
Where do we want to talk? What do we want to hit on first? You want to talk Goldberg's legacy?
Legacy of Bill Goldberg. Okay, I could do
that. What do you see? So I'm going to give just a broad stroke opinion here. I think modern wrestling fans have an unfair, unwarranted opinion of Bill Goldberg. Because you can't deny the star power he had and the excitement he brought to Monday nights during the Monday Night War.
Mm-hmm. But if you think about the modern day fan, let's just say the modern day fan would look up Google Goldberg WWE. The first thing that probably pop up would be him interrupting The Rock, saying you're next. Then the next would be, him and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Screw you, they're leaving. That's probably the main two that will probably pop up if you Google Goldberg WWE.
And I think you end up with the Taker match.
And the Taker match. That kind of a bad Taker match, but yeah. And then you got the most hated match of all, how you defeat the Fiend.
You know, I kind of forget that the Fiend thing happened.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah.
I kind of forget. Yeah, I know that. I know it did, but like, I feel like that was so bad. Choke dealer says it's over. Don't want to see it. So I will say, man, I am not excited for Goldberg versus Gunther. I'm okay with Goldberg like calling his retirement match. I guess I'm okay with it. Having it before the World Heavyweight Championship, that I don't feel like WWE respects the way I think a world title should be respected. You know how I am.
I know I did. But look at it this way. Maybe in Goldberg's mind, he wants to retire and he wants to give the torch to somebody he believes can live on the Goldberg era as being undefeated. And he sees that in Gunther, but
Gunther's not undefeated.
I know. But
he has spent the majority of his time in WWE as a champion.
Yeah, I saw it the other day. They said 70% of his time in WWE, he's been a champion. 76%.
Yeah. I have two major fears in this matchup. Fear number one is that Gunther isn't able to carry him to a good match.
The knees
it makes me a little nervous because if someone could carry Goldberg to a good match today, I feel like it's probably Gunther. So Chokier says Goldberg's got no legacy in WWE. He has no torch to pass. I do feel that. So my fear with Gunther not being able to carry him to a good match is Goldberg's not a small.
Goldberg.
He's got some size on him. He's got some mass, and if he's not physically able to be a good dance partner for Gunther, I worry about Gunther getting hurt in the match. Because if Gunther gets injured at Saturday night's main event for what is really a throwaway match against Goldberg, it doesn't mean anything for Gunther. It's so Goldberg can go out how he wants. And if we risk hurting Gunther in that process, that kind of derails a lot of stuff, in my opinion, and really hurts Raw overall. Because they already don't respect the title, and I don't feel like they really respect Gunther as the world champion. They didn't even have him on the debut episode of Raw. I have another fear, and Trunks, Choke Dealer Joe, you guys tell me what your thoughts are of this, because I can't shake this idea. And it terrifies me. What if Goldberg wins?
Goldberg can't win.
What if Goldberg wins?
Look,
they want to steal headlines. Listen, WWE is not about booking pro wrestling today.
Okay.
It's about getting the views and the clicks and a million eyeballs on the TikTok and a lot of rage baiting. And it's blow up the comments by pissing people off so we can have interaction. What if Goldberg wins?
Okay. I'll say this. If Goldberg wins,
shout out to Arby's.
Speaking of Arby's, I was mad about Arby's yesterday. Shit.
They didn't give me my cheese sticks today, but their new cheesesteak sandwich is the bomb.
Now, I was just more mad because that roast beef sandwich cost now $5. I can just get 2 for $5. Anyway, off topic here, y'all. Sorry, but anyway, this is what would happen if Goldberg did decide. If they do make Goldberg win, this is probably what's gonna happen. You know, you get the little firework, pow, 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 pow. Then you're gonna get pow, spear from the new King of the Spear, Breaker, then cash in.
You really are? Do you really think Seth cashes in this Saturday?
Well, he is facing LA Knight, and it would all depend. I think he would. If LA Knight doesn't give Seth the beating, like really hurt him, then he'll still have. Yeah, if that's the opening match, Seth, LA Knight, is that the opening match? That'll give Seth good 35, 40 minutes recuperate time, relax. Then bam, cash in.
So Trunks thinks that Goldberg has to win for his family and honor and all that jazz. Choke Dealer says that he'd rather see it be Gunther versus Rusev. Rusev is WWE's Goldberg. Man, that's a
low blow right there. Now, damn.
Man, I have made so many people angry in my comments about Miro / Rusev over the years. It started whenever he went to AEW.
Best friend.
And they did the best man thing. And then even whenever he became the Redeemer. But the best man thing was rough. But then the Redeemer is a man like, he's never going to be more over than he was for Rusev Day. Or I said it about him in AEW. People came after me. Like, oh, but you don't know. You're like, I'm not saying. I like the guy. I like the character. And his figure is back there.
It's back there somewhere. I know it is.
There's a Miro figure right on top. I got a Miro figure. But I don't think the guy can be the guy. There's just not an ability to get there. Now, I think he could do some damage in the mid card, but I don't think he could be at Goldberg's level. Like, those of us who were there for the Monday Night Wars and Goldberg's come up, yeah, sure, they were piping the Goldberg chants in. Sure. Undeniable that there was some electricity to that guy. The cash-in could be the play. Goldberg wins. We get Braun Breaker spear. I would have rather Goldberg's last match be against Braun Breaker. Because beating Goldberg doesn't help Gunther. He's already Gunther. We still need to make Braun Breaker somehow. That would have been the way. So if Goldberg wins, man, maybe Goldberg wins it on Saturday, loses it on Monday. So Choke says Rusev's first run was very Goldberg-like.
Nah. First one was better. If you go back to NXT days, Rusev, it was good. But then that's when he got to the main roster, he technically broke his foot because he didn't use shoes back then. Then he broke his foot. Then he came back wearing the shoes. Before the shoes, that's when he had the feud with John Cena. I think John Cena kind of messed it up for him because he was a badass heel. But then when he fought John Cena at WrestleMania, that's when it went downhill. So technically, Rusev was good, but Cena didn't put him over at WrestleMania, and that's when everything went downhill for him.
Golden Shovel, right?
Yeah.
There's an interesting take on Bleacher Report. And it's the opinion that CM Punk versus Seth Rollins needs to end soon and should be put to bed at SummerSlam. I totally disagree.
Look, you gotta look at it like this. You need a good feud that can last a long time. And them two, personally, I don't know if they really hate each other in real life or if it's a little skit. Don't know. I've heard there is bad blood between them, but like I said, don't know if it's true or not. But they are making it very believable that two people hate each other that they will stop at nothing and stopping one from getting that world title or undisputed, whichever one. And you need that. You can't just drop it just because you drop it. I mean, I can understand how they dropped him and Drew because that took its course.
Yeah, the story got told. I
Yeah.
think Seth and Punk needs to go to Mania.
Huh.
Even though I said CM Punk will never main event night to a WrestleMania. I think that's a WrestleMania match. That's not a SummerSlam match.
I can tell you this though. The other day, they had predictions on what next year's WrestleMania matches would be, and that was one of them. But it was Punk with the belt and Seth going after it. That was one of the prediction matches.
I don't know how you get a belt on Punk before you get a Seth Rollins cash in to get the belt. But if Seth could cash in and steal the title from Punk, that makes things even better. And Choke Dealer's on the same page I am. Seth versus Punk for the title at Mania is when you put this thing to bed. You don't even have to put it to bed then, to be honest. That match can happen. One of those guys gets the belt, and then that feud can keep going. Like, we don't have to get to a title match and end a rivalry. Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes. Ric Flair and Sting, even better. Ric Flair and Sting. It didn't end because one of them lost the title. They then just had to go back for it again. Why can't we have that today?
I mean,
everything doesn't have to get a bow put on it. Sometimes people can hate each other forever, and that's okay. I don't need Seth and Punk to one day shake hands. I would be perfectly content. WrestleMania next year, if Seth Rollins versus CM Punk is for that heavyweight title, Seth Rollins beats CM Punk, and they go to having the whole moment, right? Like, okay, we're gonna let bygones be bygones and bury the hatchet. And Punk's got back up, struggled to get back up to his feet because he's gonna try and play babyface when he should be the heel. He gets back to his feet and he extends his hand and he wants to shake Seth's hand. He said, "You know what, man? Like you've shown me how much you've grown." And Seth Rollins hocks a lug in his face right there in Vegas in front of the sold-out crowd. Let's go out on a bang. Let's end WrestleMania with nothing but disrespect. They don't gotta ever be friends. Seth Rollins can hate CM Punk till the day he dies. That's a good story.
You know what would be better? His would be better if I did it right. Let's just say they did the loser leaves Raw instead of doing the whole draft thing. Like, they both stayed on the show after the draft, but then the feud just kept getting bad that Adam Pearce said loser leaves Raw. And Punk loses, go to SmackDown, and then, hypothetically speaking, we'll say Punk wins the Royal Rumble for the first time, and he chooses Seth for the belt one last time, one last match.
And maybe.
And this time, and Punk put down a big stipulation, like, if I lose, I retire.
How long's Punk's deal? He got another 3 years?
I believe so.
Let's talk Raw.
Raw.
Let's talk Raw. 2 additional matches have been added to the card tonight.
Okay. What's the new
From
one?
the original thing I seen earlier today. They have added. Grande Americano will be on the show. That I knew.
Okay.
Is it Kaiser? Looks like Kaiser.
Okay. I don't know how the hell the internet community knows how to do this stuff, but Kaiser, I guess, has like a little birthmark on his arm right here, and somebody just randomly put them side by side, and yeah, the same birth.
They matched it up.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, but yeah, there's a little birth. And besides, Kaiser was taller than Gable, so you can really tell that's Kaiser.
We've also had the big dogs are going to be on the show.
The big dogs.
Not in tag team action, though. So Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are both having singles matches. Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso tonight on Raw.
Okay.
Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn.
Hmm. Okay. I'm okay with it. Jay and Breaker already had their feud, so I'm okay with that. And yeah, Sammy Breaker, yeah, that's not bad.
Those are both going to be good matches. The entire Seth Rollins connection is going to be in action. So Seth also has a match night versus Penta.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to try the whole faction's in action. Trump says Americano is just him, no one else. What if they just keep swapping people out to be Grande Americano? I think that would be fun. Just keep letting people be him.
Yeah, I mean they did with Doink the Clown.
Yeah, Trunks, we gotta get you some stickers, man. Thank you again for your donation to that Friendship APO. I gotta get you some. Don't say the F word stickers. Gotta make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, will we get a name for the Seth Rollins group ever?
No.
Skyflight already. Scorpio Sky's group that debuted on Collision already has a name. Seth Rollins' group has existed since right after WrestleMania, and they don't have a name.
I know. They don't need
it
a
deeply
name.
bothers me.
But they don't really need a name. They are perfectly fine coming out with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and the wise man Paul Heyman. They are perfectly fine.
Without it? So, okay. Let me ask you this. Being affiliated with Seth Rollins and a group that does not have a name, Mark Henry said he doesn't like this. That it essentially relinquishes Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed into being nothing more than bodyguards. And these are two guys who shouldn't be bodyguards. They should matter. Now, today marks 29 years since Hulk Hogan joined the Outsiders in the formation of the NWO.
Mm-hmm.
Never, at any point in time during the NWO's existence, did anyone view Scott Hall and Kevin Nash as bodyguards to Hulk Hogan.
They would normally say it's Hulk Hogan and the Outsiders, the NWO. But they're bodyguard, you know?
Were they of a lower spot? Sure, I guess, because Hogan was the guy, right? But we never saw them as just lackeys to Hogan. And I agree with Mark Henry. Right now, it feels like Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are just bodyguards to Seth Rollins. And that certainly shouldn't be the case with Braun Breaker. With Bronson Reed, because Bronson Reed already took Seth Rollins off of TV last summer.
Yeah.
He knows what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
So, in story, there's no reason for Bronson Reed to be Seth Rollins' lackey.
Mm-hmm.
He should see himself as an equal. And if you're just Seth Rollins and the boys, like you guys are, a boy band, which that should have been the shirt I made, not the big dogs. I should have made Seth Rollins and the boys as if they were in sync. That shit would be funny.
He's gonna do it, y'all.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try.
He's gonna do it.
I have the idea in my brain now. I feel like I can make the shirt.
I know what you
Ooh,
do.
imagine if I did it like where they did the marionette puppets. NSYNC, or is that Backstreet Boys? Which boy band was that?
NSYNC did the puppets.
They did the puppets. So what if it was Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed as the puppets, and Paul Heyman as the puppeteer, the puppet master, and Paul's marionettes? I can kind of work some marionettes. It just depends on the articulation. My puppeteering's okay, but I'm not that great. I've done some marionette work. Anyway. 29 years ago, NWO formed with Hulk Hogan, and we never looked at Hall and Nash as being Hogan's lackeys. We are in a very short time of Seth Rollins and the boys, and people are already seeing those guys as Seth Rollins lackeys, and he's not even the champ. If you give them a name and make them equals, I feel like that changes. And to make the wrestlers equals, Paul Heyman should be the figurehead, not Seth Rollins. Why you put Paul Heyman in with a group of guys who can talk well doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I normally think Breaker cool. Braun Breaker got good mic skill as well, but I say this. Let's just say tonight, just for some odd reason, they just give Breaker and Bronson a name, like one half of, we'll just say, your big dogs, or as you like to call it.
My big dog shirt was cool. We got a big surfing dog.
But wait, you can't use the big dog because Roman had that, so I don't think they can use that.
Roman was the big dog. He wasn't the big dogs.
I know. You see, I really don't know. They really seem perfectly fine without a name. They really don't need a name for the group. They are perfectly fine being just known as.
All right. Chat on Instagram. What do you guys think? Does Seth Rollins' group need a name? I can't think of a faction that's existed in pro wrestling that didn't have a name. I just can't think of it.
That's the thing. You gotta think. If they would do it, they would need a name that everybody would buy the shirt. And they would need a very good, but they really don't got a name, and they are perfectly fine being 3 people together, 4 people together without a name. They're perfectly fine.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because
I don't know. I just feel like they need a name. So we got Seth Rollins and Penta in action. We're gonna have Kairi Sane, Roxanne Perez in action tonight. That's how that's booked. I feel like that's gonna get turned into a tag match, maybe.
Maybe.
No opponent name for El Grande Americano, so I don't know who he will be facing. I kind of hope they throw him in with American Made and make him an honorary member while Chad Gable's out.
Let's see if they had to give him an opponent, it would be. Oh wait, Otis out on injury. Can't say Otis. He's out on injury.
Wait, Otis, sir? What happened to Otis?
Oh, I read on the list that he's out due to his shoulder. Something about his shoulder.
Oh, that sucks. Get well soon, Otis.
Yeah, they had a list of people who are out right now. So it's Otis, Gable, Tamatanga. Yeah, Tamatanga. And who else was there on Raw? Oh, and a couple females was out, along with Liv Morgan. But yeah, if they had to give him somebody Americana, it would probably be JD. JD, I don't know.
Maybe.
JD.
Well, he's a tag champ now.
Oh wait, yeah, he tagged him.
They're gonna have to be in action tonight. They don't have a match announced, but they're gonna have Judgment Day will have to be in action. Becky Lynch is gonna be cutting a promo ahead of her triple threat title defense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, off topic here. But guess what? Today, do you know who's selling the #1 merch on WWE right now is?
Is it Drew?
No.
Really?
It's Jay.
Really?
Jay is the #1. But guess who #2 is?
Who's number 2?
Selling. Somebody you'll least expect is #2 selling merch.
I don't know, man.
Karrion Kross is #2.
You know, I don't know what they're going to do with Kross. There's rumors that he's planned to have a big push second half of the year. There was all the rumors of him not wanting to take a back bump, which led to me the no back bump shirt, which is great. It's a funny shirt. You know, regular listeners know, man, I'm a big fan of Karrion Kross, and I have been for a long time. Pre-NXT, I was a fan of Killer Kross.
TikTok did better for him. TikTok.
Yeah, but man, whenever he did Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. I was aware of him before then, but after he did Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, man, this is my guy. I like this dude. I hope they can do something with it. He has so much organic goodwill from the fans. They should really look to capitalize on it. I just don't know how they go about doing it. I kind of liked him being involved with a group, having a group around him. So he could have those be his running buddies versus having Scarlett help him win. I didn't like the Drew feud a couple years ago where Scarlett was involved in all of his victories. It didn't make him look like a killer, and he should be booked like a killer.
But as the OG always said, that is what you need a women's manager for.
But they shouldn't be pepper spraying your opponents. You know, especially if you're a killer. He's not a chicken shit heel. He's a killer. I also think he should be a guy who's booked with multiple finishing moves. A Karrion Kross match should be booked with unpredictability about it. I shouldn't be able to know how he's going to beat someone. So he should have like 2 submissions in his arsenal and 2 or 3 finishers he could hit kind of out of nowhere to end a match. So that way you never know how his match is going to end. There's no setup. There's no, oh, he's going to do this, and then he's going to make a hand gesture, and then he's going to do this move. It should just be boom, lights out. He just takes you out of it. You know, there's the idea of you build suspense. Like it's when it came to filmmaking, Alfred Hitchcock had his theory of like you build suspense, you don't do shock. So your audience may know that there's a bomb under a table, and they know how much time is left for the bomb to go off, and they don't know if everyone's going to get out and survive. And that countdown, that suspense, is the excitement. That works in a lot of cases. You know, you can signal for a finisher. Oh, is he going to hit it? Are they going to reverse it? Is it going to be the 3 count? Or you could have a guy like Karrion Kross be so unpredictable and he'd be such a killer that he just hits his finishers out of nowhere, kind of like the RKO, and boom, it's over. You can build up pops. If you have a guy who has like 4 or 5 options to end it for you, he can hit those in different situations, and fans can learn like, hey, if he's here, he could do this and win. If the match is in this position, he could do this and win. He could reverse this and go for this submission. That becomes a suspense. The idea that the fans create in their own mind versus what you actually show them on TV, because you told them this guy can end matches in a variety of ways. So you can tease it all the time. You can always have him in a position where fans start filling in the blanks of man, if Cross just did this, boom, he's right there for this finisher. If he just did this, he could have him in the arm bar. If he did this, he could just transition to a rear naked choke.
I'll say this. The only thing he shouldn't do is anything with a kick, because then they'll say he's ripping off Malachi Black.
Yeah.
With the kicks.
With
the black mask.
I would like to see him, in a little bit of, not necessarily like move for move catch wrestling, but some of those like more of a shoot style where he could get a hold of a body part and then quickly transition to a rear naked choke out of nowhere. Because he was already using that rear naked choke at times. If you had him do it in a more of a shoot style versus the setup, the pro wrestling setup, or even a good DDT. A good DDT.
His face tells the story when he gaps somebody and start choking him, because it looked like he really about to kill him. With that.
He does a good job with his facials in the choke. It's that time, everyone.
Ding, 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 ding.
For when the bell tolls, my amazing wife Mindy has made her prediction.
Damn.
Mindy has selected 8:16 p.m. for when the first bell will ring to start the match on Raw. She has taken 8:16. Here's one thing I will say. I have not seen an advertisement for CM Punk being on Raw. No advertisement for John Cena being on Raw. So the likelihood, in my opinion, of an advertised long-winded promo to open the show doesn't seem probable. With Evolution being this Sunday and low ticket sales and low interest online, Trunks is taking 8:18.
Damn. Okay.
I would think we may get a Rhea Ripley promo to open the show, potentially. If so, probably not in very long promo. So these time frames in the teens could be pretty spot on.
They really ain't got nothing. Okay, I'll say 21.
You're saying 8:21.
21.
So
21.
I am going with my own recommendation here. I think it could be a quick bell time. I took 8:14.
Okay.
So I think that them adding two matches to the card after the initial announcement of the preview came out tells me they're not going to do a lot of filler with promos. They already know they have Becky Lynch's promo. With all three members of Seth Rollins' group having matches, that group's going to have a promo. Maybe that opens the show. Maybe. Or maybe Seth and Penta is the main event, and we get some sort of big thing at the end. Which, with today being the 29th anniversary of Hulk Hogan joining the NWO, this is my crazy prediction for Raw tonight. Tonight, I think we get a name for the Seth Rollins group, and I think we get a fourth member. All three members of the group are wrestling on the show.
Okay.
They created adversaries across Raw. You have Punk, you have Sammy, you have Penta, you have Jey Uso. So like they have four men as adversaries right now across Raw. They need a fourth member. Who that fourth member is, I don't know. I don't know who it could be. There was a point in time where I really thought Sammy's taking the beat downs. He's going to be the fourth guy. I don't think that's the case now. I don't know who it could. There's no free agent out there who could pop up and be this is the fourth guy. I don't know of any. I don't follow NXT enough to say, hey, they're going to bring in this so-and-so from NXT. I don't think there's anyone in TNA who could be brought in as a fourth guy. I don't know who the fourth guy could be for them, other than Mystery One.
I'll say Ethan Page.
Ethan Page would probably fit.
Ethan Page.
He's got a mean streak. He could work in the group. He's a guy who could
He got a big
evolve.
ego.
Yeah. But I think tonight I really think tonight we have fourth man because it just kind of works in history, right? They could even talk about that. The group cut that promo.
Yeah, but if they get a fourth man, then they're definitely gonna need a group name next week if it does happen.
Okay. All signs indicate Team Seth versus Team Punk at War Games. So we have plenty of time to build this.
Mm-hmm.
As it stands right now, I have no interest in that match, but it's what I'm seeing being rumored. Everyone, thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. It is appreciated. If it's YouTube and Spotify, hey, that means I put it there. I don't know. Don't hold your breath for that. I don't know. I prefer the live show on Instagram. I prefer people getting everything nice and candid. I also really love being able to run the fundraiser for the APL. So thank you, Trunks, for donating. Everyone else who has purchased merch, all those profits go to the APL. Guys, if you're in Elyria for the mega show this Saturday, don't forget to stop by Don Tequila's in Elyria. Cinco de Mayo round 2. Tons of food deals, tons of games. I don't know if Frey's doing anything. Any deals on tattoo gift cards. You talked about that. Might be something. There's also a cool game store. The shop, game shop, right there in the same plaza as Don Tequila. So you can go and pick up some Warhammer 40K, Magic the Gathering, all kinds of cool stuff. So we will be back Wednesday. We'll recap Raw. We'll still look ahead to Saturday night's main event. Maybe there's, maybe they struck some things up and made this show more interesting. We're also going to look at what Dynamite has to offer for the Go Home Dynamite. We'll preview that. Thursday is going to be another AEW Collision. Saturday is All In. And Saturday night's main event and NXT Bash the Beach. Tons of wrestling this week, everyone. So please try to enjoy as much as you can. There's nothing wrong with a ton of wrestling. It's fantastic. And enjoy what is left of your Monday before Raw starts. Starts at 8. Got everyone's predictions. We'll see who pulls off a victory. Trunks will be in touch. I can get you some stickers. Joe, any famous last words to send them home?
Famous last word. Okay. This is what I need everybody to do. If you get us to $100 donation, we'll start a Patreon for $5.99 a month, y'all. So get on it, okay?
Joe, we're not starting a Patreon. Anyone who buys stuff on Whatnot, my wife sells on Whatnot, live in Ohio. Go buy some stuff. Until Wednesday, we're out. Keep moving forward. Keep your shoulders off the mat. See you Wednesday.
Wednesday.